How do you respond to growing calls for regulation on tech companies and social media platforms? Should influencers be concerned about government overreach?
This one's a slippery slope for me because historically, sort of my core values that exist inside of me, we've already talked a lot about that. But when it comes to these big tech companies and social media platforms, a lot of stuff is happening right now that is alarming. First and foremost, these companies have protections that most companies don't in America. They cannot be sued. They're supposed to be non-biased platforms, and they have these protections sort of built in, very much the way that news industries do. They can't be held liable for what they're doing. One thing that's apparent, I'm just gonna say it, is mental health in children is being destroyed at a rapid pace. The numbers, they're not talked about. It's never talked about in sort of the debates between the presidents. It's not talked about on the news. But children are suffering at a record number, and I think it's directly linked to social media. Now, I think they would be much more cautious to do that if they had any kind of liability that could be pointed at them in a court of law. When you look at TikTok, for example, that is a Chinese company, and the kids and the children in China are watching completely different types of content. The algorithm is so healthy for innocence, for growing as a child, for loving your country and your family. A lot of value and character built into that platform in China. The same exact platform in America, it pushes the worst things. It pushes porn. It's jamming it down their throats in record numbers. You have more children addicted to porn than ever, by far. And that is a trajectory number that's growing. Overdose with children in America, record highs. And then you have fentanyl, by the way, just pouring in at record numbers. But it gets worse than that when you really think about mental health and suicide in and of itself. What TikTok is designed to do in America, firmly believe this, is it's meant to get you to hate your parents, hate your country, and hate yourself. And that is one of the ways that an adversary like China will destroy a country. They don't even have to fire one bullet. They'll do it slowly but surely, playing the patience game by turning children's minds into mush. The children of today have no idea what it was like when I was a kid. They're not present. They always have a device in front of them. The second they cry, here's your device. Go, entertain yourself. When we were kids, our social media was what we can see, feel, and touch. So when you're asking me a really profound question about tech companies and sort of should they be regulated, what does that mean? Well, there's a lot of concerns about the power of these tech giants and what their motives are. More government intervention could lead to overreach and even more censorship than it's already having. But from my perspective, censorship is already there, but it's only leaning one direction. Big tech sort of is, I think, sort of the communicators of the Democratic Party. And I think they're doing the evil bidding of the Democratic Party. It is so biased and unfair that I think they should be held liable for any actions based on the fact that they are not fair and balanced at all. And there's a gazillion cases of this.